Sicilian defense, open, Pelikn, and Sveshnikov variations,
6.ndb5d67.nd5f511.c3b g712.x5bxf513.nc200. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. c6 aids in maintaining control over the d4 and e5 squares. d4 offers to trade a center pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. cx-d4 provides black two key pawns while giving white only one. nx-d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having one central pawn versus black's two central pawns. nf6 develops the knight toward the center and attacks the undefended e4 pawn. c3 defends the e4 pawn and puts more pressure on the d5 square. e5 takes space in the center and immediately attacks the knight on d4. db5 gets the knight away from danger, and threatens the strong nd6+. d6 stops the threat of nd6+, supports the e5 pawn, and allows the light-squared bishop to develop. bg5 pins the knight on f6 and threatens nc3 d5. a6 kicks the knight off of the active b5 square. na3 retreats the attacked knight. It will look for a new square on c2 after white plays c2 c3 or c2 c4. b5 gains space on the queen side and threatens to fork the knights with b5 b4. bx f6 captures the knight, attacks the queen and prepares to place a knight on the d5 square. gx f6 captures the bishop, defends the e5 pawn and opens up the g-file. nd5 places the knight on a center square and attacks the pawn on f6. f5 takes space in the center and attacks the e4 pawn. c3 controls the d4 square and opens up the c2 square. Fianchetto move bg7 places the bishop on the long diagonal. x5 opens up the center and captures the f5 pawn. bx f5 develops the light-squared bishop and recaptures the f5 pawn. nc2 moves the knight toward the center. It will likely move to e3. Castling gets the king out of the center and activates the rook. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. The bishop is now in a secure position. By doing this, a bishop moves out of its beginning square and into the action. Castling develops a rook, while also moving the king to safety. Castling to the same side of the board as the opponent tends to lead to less sharp positions as compared with opposite side castling. It is the last book move. A pawn kicks the opposing bishop, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is quite good. This creates a counter threat against an opposite bishop, as opposed to retreating from an attack. It is best. This disregards an improved method for getting a bishop to safety. It is incorrect. The bishop is now in a secure position. It is ideal. This attacks a knight and gains a tempo when the knight retreats. It is quite good. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This is how you take the pawn. It is ideal. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This same piece may have been captured in a better method, which would have produced a more noticeable material difference. It is incorrect. This wins time by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This moves the queen to safety. This threatens to win material. It is good. This strikes a rival knight. It is ideal. This creates a counter threat against an opposite queen, as opposed to retreating from an attack. It is excellent. There is an easier way to transport a queen to safety than this. It is incorrect. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. This buys time by putting a knight in danger and getting it to flee. It is ideal. There is a better way to get a knight to safety than this. It is incorrect. This is an equal trade. This is the only move that works. It is best. Recaptures. That's good. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This exposes an attack, threatening a knight. This threatens to win material. It is best. This defends the attacked knight. This is the only good move. This threatens to reveal an attack on a pawn while also checking the king. It is a great move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players. This wins a pawn. This is the only move that works. This threatens to win a knight. This prevents the opponent from being able to reveal an attack on a pawn while also checking the king. It is a great move. Balanced, neither player ever had an advantage. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. It was an incredible middle game by both players.